Alright, let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time. What's up, guys? It's your boy Shot for Greatness, and I'm back with another sports reaction video. And today we're about to do Undisputed. They talking about Lavar, Lonzo, and Kyrie. And without further ado, let's get right to this video. Let's not waste any time. Okay, let me see if I can get these headphones on. And alright, let's get right to it.
I agree with everything Kyrie says, but what Kyrie says, what I say, what a lot of people have relayed to Lavar, it only matters what Lavar says and what Lonzo is willing to do. Because at this point right now, Skip, it seems like Lavar is not backing off and Lonzo is comfortable. Maybe it bothers us more than it bothers Lonzo. Because when we heard you ask him, Skip, he says, this has been my father for 19 years. So what you're hearing is nothing new to me.
Yeah.
So maybe it bothers the outside world, maybe than more than it bothers Lonzo. But for me, take basketball out of the equation. I think in order for Lonzo to be the man that he wants to become and needs to come, he's going to have to get some individuality to this. He can't have his dad making all the decisions. And right now, he seems to be now maybe hey, he's comfortable with that. And you see some players, athletes, professional athletes, they'll move their parents in with them, or they move into with their parents. Jeff Teague went back to Indiana, and he's staying in his parents' basement. You see a lot of professional football players, they'll move their parents and they'll live with them. So maybe that's a comfort level that they say, you know what, I want my mom and dad around, and it's going to be easy, a lot easier for me, and fine. But for me, I think it would be better served if Lonzo starts to take some ownership, not only of his game, but of his life, of being an adult. He's not a kid anymore. But if it doesn't bother Lonzo, because you know Lavar's not going to pull back unless he said if Lonzo says, hey, Dad, you infringe a little bit too much, he'd be willing to pull back. But currently, it doesn't seem that Lonzo has relayed that message to him that he needs a little more autonomy of his own life.
Interesting. So, again, big picture, what continues to amaze me is that everyone has an opinion of LeVar Ball, including, and by the way, LeVar is going to be on our show Wednesday. Check it out. But this also includes the superstar who plays for the Cavaliers, not LeBron James, but their closer, Kyrie Irving, right?
No,
He is
not right.
Closer, yes. So, but it just amazed me. Kyrie you could hear his voice. He's really into it. It's very emotional for him. Boom, 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 and boom, boom. He's got to do this and he's got to do that.
Because why, Skip? Kyrie has firsthand knowledge.
He does.
I was the #1 pick, and me and my dad were very close.
They were
but
very
he said,
close.
Dad.
At 18,
True.
you got to let me be a man. And as he said, I got my first tattoo, got my ear pierced, being his own guy.
That is kind of true, though.
This is the point I believe most people miss about LeVar Ball. And I've asked him about this on the
So I guess
live
Kyrie
that we did, also on the show, and he is adamant
was making a
about
statement
he
saying,
did
like,
let
LeVar
Lonzo
needs to
go
let
to
Lonzo be
college,
Lonzo.
as in let him go.
Makes sense.
By all accounts, this is what I've heard from people around the UCLA program, and especially from LeVar and also from Lonzo. LeVar had no input into the UCLA program. He did not try to run UCLA, Steve Alford's program, the way he tried to run Chino. He did run Chino Hills because he handpicked the coach who lived with him for a while, ate with their family, so he handpicked him to coach his kids at Chino Hills. And when LeVar says, I put Chino on the map, it's hard to argue with it because he put it on the national map.
Right.
He and his 3 kids did. Okay. So if this is true, as LeVar said, he just laughs at the notion of he tried to control the UCLA program. He said, I just went to the games. I just sat in my seat. I didn't bother anybody. I didn't make a big scene of myself, make a big issue, like screaming at the refs like a lot of parents end up doing. So I'm going to respect the fact that when Magic Johnson says, hey, I would be happy to draft Lonzo because I'm not afraid of LeVar's input into the Lakers, I don't think LeVar wants input into the Lakers or into the UCLA program.
Well, he's not going to have input into any of the NBA teams because, unlike college, the great players, parents, and boosters, you don't get to
you don't get
determine.
any. Right, I know. So think about how his time's going to get split and his interest in love is going to be split next year. He's going to have a superstar at Chino Hills. He's going to have a pretty good player at UCLA as a freshman. And he's going to have LeVar somewhere.
Lonzo.
Lonzo, I'm sorry. Have Lonzo somewhere as could be the #1 or 2 or 3 overall pick wherever he lands, depending on how they fall.
I thought that him going to the Lakers would be a mistake because he needs to be able to branch out. But given his mom's health situation, and because they're such a close-knit family, going to the Lakers might be the best thing.
Right, I was
Because
about to say, right, that makes a lot of sense. He
Lonzo
lives in
seems to
LA,
be a
so
guy that has great
why not go
comfort
to LA?
with his family because they've
He
always done everything as a
And
family.
I get the feeling he's very
Exactly.
close with his mother.
Yes.
And
yes.
she went through a terrible situation with a stroke that, as of when I see Lavar last week.
Yeah.
I think it was last
2 weeks
Monday,
ago.
or was it a week ago today?
No, it was Monday.
It was Monday. Yeah, today.
Monday. Yeah.
Week ago today, she was still in the hospital.
Right.
Having trouble.
Right.
It's hard. She had a major stroke.
Right.
And it's been very hard on the three sons.
Right.
Because remember, Lonzo had to go play Kentucky in Memphis in that NCAA game, and she had just suffered the stroke, and it was so bad that Lavar and the other two sons had to stay in the hospital with
Right.
her wherever they are, near Chino or wherever they are. And so Lonzo had to play that game alone in Memphis for the first time with no parent there, no brother there. It was a big deal.
Yes.
Aaron Fox took him
Definitely is.
apart, man.
And we don't want to
Yeah.
make excuses, but I can assure I'm willing to bet this. Every meaningful and important ball game in Lonzo Ball's career, his family's always been there.
Somebody.
And when you
one
take
parent.
that, that's a comfort level,
I would
Skip,
say.
knowing that you
Yep.
got someone
Exactly.
that's in the state. No matter where you go, to know you got at least one or 3 or 4 people cheering for me.
Sure.
That gives you a great peace of mind.
It would.
But
Exactly.
until Lonzo, and if Lonzo, like I said, it might bother us a lot more than Lonzo because as he shared with us, he's been my
He
coach
used
for
to it.
19 years. He's
Right.
been this exact same way, even before the cameras came. So I don't foresee him changing, but maybe this is okay with Lonzo. But I think eventually he will come to the point where he says, you know what, Dad, I appreciate it. I appreciate what you've done, and you've brought me a mighty long way. I'm not going to just put you to the side, but I want to travel a little ways on my own.
Okay. I just believe with all my heart, having talked repeatedly with Lavar, that he'll be just fine with that. Now, will Lavar keep talking on his own right? Sure, he'll keep doing interviews, and
Yeah.
he loves the spotlight, and he's going to try to sell a bunch of shoes, so he will keep doing
And a
interviews.
reality show?
And a reality
Yeah.
show.
We have to imagine at this point, with all of the attention that
They
he's been
sold,
getting,
like,
if there was an
I
issue
think
at UCLA,
500
Lonzo
pairs
was
of
there
sneakers.
regarding
Come
Lavar,
to
it would have
light.
come out by
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
But
So
what
that's
makes you
really
wonder
good
is
for,
because he does all those interviews,
Ball family.
what's he going to do when Lonzo has a bad game
Shout-outs to them.
and you know there's a microphone in front
Well,
of him?
I
Is
just
that the issue that's
Yeah,
look, I
they're
took
getting that
issue
bread.
with Lavar last Monday. Why didn't you let your wife be the excuse if you need an excuse for what happened against Kentucky? And he made up an excuse to me about his hamstring
Hamstring.
pulled. And I said, I didn't see any hamstring. He said, you didn't see him limping? I didn't see him limping. Silly me, I don't know.
No,
Right?
I just saw a guy that De'Aaron Fox got it
Oh,
going, and
God.
he couldn't do it. He couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
But Kyrie Irving is speaking from a place, and I always give deference to, and I use the word deference a lot today, but I always give it to a guy that Skip. He's been in this position before, and Kyrie Irving is very close to his dad. So when you talk about a situation like that, he's talking from a position of experience, knowing that he had a very influential father
Yep.
who was, well, Kyrie, you need to do this. Kyrie, you need to do that.
Yep.
And Kyrie finally says, like, Dad, I need to be my own man. I need to make some of these decisions on my own. So I don't think he's coming at LaVar as a place of malice
No.
or
No,
dislike.
I agree. So bottom line to this, tomorrow night is the lottery.
Right.
Boston has a 25% chance of hitting the lottery, Phoenix a 19.9% chance, and the Lakers 15.6%. And obviously, if they fall out of the top 3, they
lose
lose
it.
the pick. So what's your best guess? If Boston hits the lottery, as the percentages would say, would they take, I think they would probably take Markelle Fultz.
I bet Lonzo Ball, I bet Lakers get that ball.
All right, guys, that looks like that's the end of the video. Excuse me. I pretty much agree to some extent. I feel like LaVar should give Lonzo some of his own space, but I feel like LaVar know what he's doing. He been raising his kids for all their life, so he know what he's doing. So hey, shout out to the Ball family. I think they sold 500 pairs of sneakers or 5,000. I'm not sure. But either way it go, they making money off that. If I had the money, I'd cop the Zeos too. Them boys look hot, and right now I don't have like the money to cop them.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that, kid.
But if I had the money, I would cop them, because it's like, it's a black owned business, and like it's a lot of black people, they don't support like other black owned businesses or whatnot. And yeah, so
2,000 years later.
pretty much give your boy a like. I ran out of words and shit. Give your boy a like, subscribe, and comment down below videos you want me to do on my channel, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.